Hi everybody, thank you so much for taking the time to attend our presentation today. My name is Nikhil Yadula, and I'm a senior here majoring in economics and biological science, who's planning on matriculating medical school here this upcoming year.
Hi you guys, my name is Rashika. I'm a second year master's student in the basic medical sciences program in the School of Medicine, and I plan to apply to medical school in June.
Hi, I'm Cher. I am currently a junior here at Wayne State. My major is public health, and I also plan to apply to medical school soon.
As you can see, our team is full of a variety of different disciplines that are related to medicine, but we are all collectively driven to apply our unique insights in order to develop medical technologies that have a direct impact on patient care. We are motivated by how the STEAM challenge directly aligns with this socially driven aim, and we're excited to contribute to this change through Surgicure Technologies, which is a recently founded biotechnology startup company that has developed a novel medical tube securing bite lock device that has the potential to improve the patient care of intubated patients. We strongly feel that Surgicure has the capability to improve the care of the 100,000 ER patients that visit Detroit annually, and also contribute overall to a better healthy community in Detroit.
So Detroit stands out as the ideal community where Surgicure can have a major effect on people in Detroit. So we have nearly 450,000 ER visits in Detroit annually, which is nearly double the national average. Many of these patients suffer comas, burn injuries, and other severe ailments. And we have conducted several interviews with several doctors that say that these patients have the cost of the patient stay is $20,000. So furthermore, 15.5% of the injuries are related to medical adhesives and intubation. And after, again, conducting several interviews with doctors and nurses, it was stated that 67% of intubated patients are resulting in either death, injuries, or extended hospital stays, which is completely unacceptable.
So this data shows us how a significant amount of Detroit ER patients are patients who require intubation procedures. And looking at the complication rate and the cost associated with intubation procedures, we feel there is we need to improve the intubation technology.
So we previously mentioned how medical tube intubation is a key aspect of taking care of many of the ER patients that visit Detroit annually, and now I want to emphasize the potential complications that stem from these intubation procedures. So bite blocks are essentially medical devices that are utilized in securing medical tubes for intubation. However, the problem lies in how these bite blocks that are traditionally used right now utilize straps and adhesives, which results in skin and dental damage and also easy dislodgement and detachment. And in turn, this disrupts assisted breathing and contributes to complications such as hypoxia and hypertension, which can be potentially fatal. And also, in addition to that, as well, extended longer stays in hospitals potentially. So there is very much a problem of how traditional bite blocks result in inefficient assisted breathing, and because of that, there needs to be new, safer bite blocks in the market. And in response to that problem, Surgicure has developed a novel bite block securing device that has the potential to improve the care of the hundreds of thousands of ER patients that visit Detroit annually, of which many receive intubation procedures.
So Surgicure has developed a new bite block design that relies on the patient's back molars for support instead of straps and adhesives that other bite block designs use. So this helps prevent incidental skin and teeth damage that is associated with traditional bite block designs, and also helps limit the chance of medical tube detachment. So by optimizing assisted breathing, we are able to limit complication rates and also able to minimize the length of stay for patients at hospitals. So this is a 3D computerized visualization of our bite block design, and at this time we'd like to pass out a low fidelity prototype design for our new bite block design. We'd like to emphasize that our bite block design has the 3D printing capabilities, which helps us streamline manufacturing, incorporate antimicrobial products, or antimicrobial distribution, and is good for disposability as well as customization.
We just talked about how the benefits that our bite block design brings, but now I want to accentuate the value that our product brings. First of all, the there will be no cosmetic damage because the bite block is reliant on our back molars. Secondly, it is easily implantable. You only need one doctor and very limited supplies. There's no additional tools needed to put it in. Third of all, the materials that will be used will be environmentally friendly. All the materials are eco-friendly and they're disposable, which is beneficial for not only the patient, but also the environment. Third of all, the low risk of detachment can be used for long-term procedures and limits further breathing complications.
So now I want to go into talking about the progress that Surgicure has made to this date. So we already have manufactured 2 high-fidelity, realistic medical tube device bite block securing devices in conjunction with the Department of Defense, and also initiated the FDA approval application process with the Brooke County Medical Center in San Antonio. So right here we have some of the key advisory board members with extensive healthcare experience who are providing us their insights on how to help grow this company going forward. And overall, we really are confident that we have a strong team in place and also a great infrastructure from which to grow this company and project overall going forward. I also want to emphasize how we have conducted interviews with around 100 medical personnel from the profession, and the feedback we've gotten overall has been overwhelmingly positive. So for example, we have Alicia H, who's an ICU nurse, and she emphasized how she feels this advice will be great in dealing with elderly patients who have common complications related to their skin and teeth when having medical tubes implanted in their mouths. And also we have John T, who's a Bermuda MD, who says how he feels that this design will be very ergonomical when it comes to long-term procedures that have a high risk of complications. And also he said that the disposability is great because it prevents infections, which is a very common side effect in surgical procedures that needs to be dealt with. And lastly, we also have Betty Jean, who's a surgical intensive care unit nurse, who emphasized how this bite block device can be very useful in various situations where patients get intubated right away and it's a life-threatening condition because it's very easily implantable. So as you can see, all these quotes really stood out to us. They emphasize the flexibility of this device, the adaptability. Now it can be used in a wide array of clinical settings, which is pretty important for such a critical procedure.
So our goal now is to move forward with mass production and distribution of our device, and we envision Detroit as our ideal epicenter for operations. Detroit has a robust healthcare ecosystem that has potential partnerships with high-level emergency care hospitals. Furthermore, Detroit is home to health and tech incubators, and these potential partnerships can optimize Surgicure's prospects to grow.
So the theme of this year's STEAM Challenge is to energize Detroit in the city. So Surgicure plans to do that both medically and economically.
So implementing Surgicure's bite block design can help improve the care of hundreds of thousands of patients in Detroit ERs. This can also benefit practitioners as by using this device there would be less practitioners per patient if the device is easy to use and administer, and because of its disposability, it can help prevent infections. Lastly, it provides for focused attention for managed care. In terms of helping patient care and patient stay at the hospital, it can reduce the length of stay, prevent infections, and also ensure breathing and avoid complications from disruption, along with limiting skin and teeth damage.
So because of using this device, we will generate millions of dollars in hospital savings that we can, because of the reduced length of stay in hospitals and the lesser complications that will happen in those hospitals. So what can we do with this money? We can regenerate it, and we can set up things such as emergency medicine clinics throughout the city, or we can host public health fairs throughout the city, which the city of Detroit lacks in compared to other big cities.
So if we are awarded the $10,000 in prize money, we initially plan to use this money to create further prototypes to be used in FDA trials in concert with Detroit hospitals. And then the remainder of the money we plan to use for the legal and administrative part of licensing our bite block design for mass production and distribution. And from there we plan to implement the block devices in Detroit hospitals and then expand nationwide.
We strongly feel that Surgicure has the potential to revitalize healthcare in Detroit, and we think that winning the STEAM Challenge will be a critical step towards not only realizing its impact, but also contributing to re-energizing the city from both a medical and economic standpoint. So that's pretty much our whole presentation, and thank you, and please ask if you have any questions.
That was really, really good, really solid problem, especially I didn't know that there were that many problems stemming from intubation. You mentioned some of your testimonials from people who've looked at, I'm assuming, looked at the device. What is the volume of those who've actually tested or allowed it to be tested in a hospital or in an office or, you know, a medical space?
So in terms of explicit testing, that hasn't been undergone yet, but we have 2 high-fidelity prototypes developed. So these ones we showed you here, they're actually 3D printed on campus and they're very low fidelity. We have 2 of the actual product we have, and we showed them to, you know, something, we told you we were affiliated with the Brooke County Medical Center in San Antonio. So we showed the device to them and, you know, basically explained how it's utilized, and that's how we got that feedback. So going forward, we want to do the approval process formally in Detroit hospitals just because as you mentioned in our presentation, we feel Detroit is like a robust area with many opportunities related to not only going forward with the FDA approvals, but also, you know, branding and initial distribution as well.
Cool. And my second question is, a lot of your solution stems from your design, and your design is based off of focusing on the back molars. What have you done, or what have you learned research-wise to understand why other products or other medical device companies haven't put a design that's focusing on the back molars in the market yet? Have you found anything or learned anything about what prior medical device companies have looked at?
Yeah, so in terms of the back molar idea, I don't know how other companies have assessed that, but I can tell you that all these products use either adhesives or rely on the front teeth for support, and you know, that could potentially be due to the fact that they have like it's a lower cost of making that product. But from our analysis, we feel it's not worth it because there's so many complications that result from that. And I really want to emphasize how a lot of intubation procedures are for burn unit patients or older patients, and these people are specifically having issues with their skin and also teeth. So in terms of, I feel like other people just haven't realized that the damage caused isn't worth the lower cost of using the device in the first place.
So in your budget, you reference legal fees and the FDA. Is this the solid cost for conducting the FDA trials and the applications that the cost, or will it, or does it have the potential to expand?
Yeah, I can outline it before. So yeah, so here that $2,860, that is going into manufacturing additional prototypes. So right now our estimate is that 50 will cost around $140. To feel that 1,000 would be a good amount for the FDA trials. And then here, in terms of conducting FDA trials with Detroit hospitals, this price tag is pretty much $4,349. That is the application fee for a Class 1 FDA device. So that's where that money is going to. And I feel that those costs may directly outline that it's going to be around that range. And then, yeah.
I have a question based off of that. The third part of your budget, if you were to win the first prize, would be legal fees for licensing for mass production. And I guess I was confused, since you're not approved for mass production yet, what would you use those fees for at this stage in the game?
Yeah, so in terms of this stage in the game, our next 2 steps are what I just answered, like manufacture additional prototypes, and then also conducting FDA trials in Detroit hospitals. So still, like, that's $8,000 approximately, and much of the prize money would go to that. And there might be other complications that arise that we spend money on. But regardless, we feel that the third step is in the near future, and that money is you know, impactful enough that we'll do it in due time. And it's not something that's 4 or 5 years down the road, but rather on a more maybe like monthly time schedule.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is so medical device, medical sales. Is what I'm not familiar enough with the space of medical sales. Is there any other cost associated with getting into the door of medical sales? Because you have competition. Let's say, for example, Squid, Myers Squid, I think, is that it?
That is,
Yeah,
personal
okay.
interest, yeah.
They see this, they see your prototype, and they can, mock it up quickly. How do you defend this product?
Yeah, so our device is fully patented.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, and yeah, in terms of like getting into the actual marketplace better, I want to just go back to the slide. So on the right, we have a lot of the venture funds in Detroit. So one of them is actually Henry Ford Innovation Institute.